Every day, more than 300 million pieces of content are posted online. The majority of this content exists as videos.
So, what about our photographs? Nowadays, it's harder than ever to grow a following online as a photographer. We all know it and we all found out the hard way. No more likes, no more reach, and the follower count just stays the same. And if you're like me, our goal is just to make cool content and try and make a living out of our passion. And today, just simply sharing your photography is not enough. But don't worry. You don't need to quit or change your photography. You only have to adapt the way you're sharing it. It only takes a little extra effort to reach more people. You have to be where the eyes are, and today that means you need to make YouTube shorts, TikToks and Reels. So here's an easy guide on how to grow as a photographer in 2024 and beyond. It all comes down to one thing: sharing the process and showing the payoff. And the payoff should always be your photograph. So, what should the process be? Well, first of all, we need to add context. One way to document the process is to attach a GoPro, your smartphone, or another small camera to yourself or to your photography camera. That way you can film the actual process, the behind the scenes and the moment you take your favorite picture. This adds extra context to your work, and that's what people like to see. Keep in mind that the process should always make people want to see the payoff. But to make it more authentic and let your personality go through, we need to add something. A voiceover or a script. You can talk about the gear you're using, how you got there, how you felt in that moment, and just share the experience. There are a lot of ways to do that, and a lot of people just use their voice memo app on their iPhone. But there's a really important part to this: value. You need to provide extra value. And there are three ways you can add value: through education, inspiration and entertainment. If you want to educate, you can share tips on the settings you use, on how you shoot, on composition techniques, color theory, anything that educates the viewer about photography or creativity. If you want to inspire, you can just share how this image makes you feel, how you got there. Maybe you've been going through rough times and photography is helping you to get through it. Basically, just explain why your photograph is inspiring. But you can also motivate your audience by sharing inspirational thoughts or even motivational quotes. And if you want to entertain, you can add some kind of challenge or work with music or overlays. Just make it like creative and really fun to watch. But if you're not providing value, people will not engage with your content. And you're competing with a lot of other content on the platform. So yours needs to stick out. By providing value to your audience, you're building trust, and that makes it easier in the future to ask something in return. No, let's take all this information and make a good story out of it. And that's where the next storytelling techniques come into place. Storytelling. A good example is the 99 Original series by Logan Paul or the Daily Photo Challenge from Evan Ranft. Evan Ranft. Ranft? From this guy.
99% of photographers don't know this. When you crop a photo in Lightroom, press the O key to unlock more composition guides and get a visually perfect photo every time.
The first and most important thing is to start with a good hook. What you say and show in the first 3 seconds of your video should immediately grab the attention. And if you don't know what a good hook is or you can't find any, I made a free hook list you can download in the description. Number 2, make sure there's a clear goal that we need to reach. Depending on the value you're providing, this can be different, but in this case, our goal is the picture itself. Number 3, try to add some kind of challenge or introduce stakes. Maybe this is your last chance to get the perfect shot, maybe there's a storm coming, maybe there's a time constraint, or maybe your battery is almost empty. This makes people want to watch until the end. And number 4, end with and right after the payoff. So in this case, your photograph. So now we have good content that really showcases the picture and will reach more people. But before posting, there are some extra things you can pay attention to. Number 1 is music. Use music that fits the story, that's preferably trending on the platform and is recognizable. But keep in mind, the music should really be there to support the story and not distract from it. And number 2 is captions. Every caption should be clear and short and really support the core value of your video. And if you have a call to action, keep it short and simple. And my last tip is to just do and learn from it. Double down on what's really working and change some things on what isn't working. But be consistent. The more you post, the faster you'll grow. I really hope this helped. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And for now, stay creative, subscribe for more, and see you in the next one.